Hey guys, I just want to demonstrate how the TestSmart works within Azure, specifically Azure DevOps. So we already have some test plans for this customer. Test plans are essentially a set of tests that are going to execute on a specific version for a specific variable set, and they're going to be run in order, right? So you can see here we're running the approved vendor, then we're running approved vendor for specific categories. Then we're doing a create and onboard new vendor. Essentially, all of these will run in a row, passing data between them. Now, if we wanted to run this plan as part of DevOps, it's pretty simple. We would come into this and we would go get API. That is going to essentially copy some Python code, which then can be inserted within your DevOps. If I was to jump in here, I would then create a new pipeline. I've already got one here. And I can edit this. And essentially you'll add a new step, which is running that Python script. So it's just running Python script. You'll copy and paste your data in here. And then when your pipeline runs, it will execute this test plan. This is obviously a more if I go back to this one, this is actually a more complicated pipeline, right? It's running multiple test plans in one. So we've obviously got a lot of tests, and then it's publishing the results at the end. So for you guys, usually it will be 1 or 2 test plans. You might have multiple pipelines that run these. We're running them all in a row. You could also run these in separate agents, so they could be run in parallel, right? So you could have agent 1, agent 2, agent 3. That's all depending on your Azure pipeline and your Azure DevOps. So once they've run, they will actually produce reports and give you, and the data will be passed back into Azure. So you'll be able to see, okay, which tests were run, which tests failed, and go into those results. Yeah, so that's it really. It's pretty simple, but it means that you can work within the TestSmart and then have other companies be able to actually see, let's say your ISV, your SI, already be able to see the results within the DevOps. So they might not need access to this, but they can still see the failures coming through. I should say before I sign off, these will also be available in your test plans. So you can go into your test plans, you can actually see the test runs. You can link these with existing tests. We can go in and we can see these are the latest runs that were pushed through. I can go into specific runs and see all of the tests. It's just sort of like a different view of the pipeline. I can go into the individual tests. I can go into a failed test and I can see the reason why it's failed. And you can even jump into the TestSmart specifically for this test run by opening the attachment for the run, which is here. So you can open up the zip file and it will link you. So yeah, that's it. So everything that you run in the TestSmart, or you can run stuff in here and it will be available, and it will run on the TestSmart and then be available in your test plans or in your pipelines.